Pedro Pascal just gave Marvel fans one line, and honestly, that was enough. Because when Reed Richards and Doctor Doom are in the same Avengers movie, you already know this is not just another hero-villain fight. This is Marvel putting two of its most dangerous brains in the same room, and that room is probably not surviving. The big tease came when Pedro was asked if Reed Richards and Doctor Doom will share any major moments in Avengers Doomsday. And instead of shutting it down, he basically said there is so much to expect that he would not even know where to begin. Now that sounds like a very actor-safe answer, but Marvel fans know how to read between the lines. If Reed and Doom are being teased together, something serious is coming. And this is why the story is bigger than just Avengers fight Doctor Doom. Yes, the Avengers will obviously be involved. Yes, Doom is probably going to threaten the multiverse, reality, time, power, and all the usual Marvel madness. But the emotional core may not be Thor versus Doom, or Spider-Man versus Doom, or the Avengers as a team versus Doom. The real tension could be Reed Richards versus Victor Von Doom. Comic fans already know why this rivalry hits differently. Reed and Doom are not enemies because one is good and one is evil. They are enemies because both of them are geniuses, both think they are right, and both believe they can solve problems no one else can even understand. The scary difference is that Reed usually stops before crossing the line. Doom sees the line, judges it, and walks over it wearing armor. That is what makes Doom so dangerous. He is not just another villain who wants power because power looks cool. Doom genuinely believes the world would be safer if he controlled it. He thinks chaos exists because lesser minds are allowed to make decisions. And honestly, that is what makes him more terrifying than Thanos in some ways. Thanos wanted balance in a twisted way. Doom wants order, but with himself at the center of everything. And when you put that next to Reed Richards, the smartest man who can still make very human mistakes, Marvel gets a much more personal battle. This is not just fists, beams, portals, and explosions. This is ego against ego, science against sorcery, and control against responsibility. The Franklin Richards angle makes this even crazier. The Fantastic Four First Steps credits scene discussion has already made fans think Doom may have an interest in Franklin, who is one of the most powerful beings in Marvel lore. If Doom sees Franklin as a key to reshaping reality, then Reed is not just protecting the multiverse, he is protecting his son. And that changes everything. Suddenly, Reed's fight with Doom is not only about saving worlds, it becomes personal, emotional, and desperate. Reed is usually the calm brain of the Fantastic Four, but if Doom goes near Franklin, fans may see a very different side of Mr. Fantastic. That is exactly the kind of story Marvel needs right now. The MCU has done huge battles before. We have seen portals, armies, gods, aliens, timelines, and multiverse chaos. But what makes people rewatch these movies is not only scale, it is when the big event has a personal wound at the center. Think about Tony and Thanos. The battle worked because Tony had been haunted by the idea of a coming threat for years. Now Marvel has a chance to do something similar with Reed and Doom, but with a much older comic book rivalry behind it. Reed does not need to lead the Avengers for this to matter. He just needs to be the one person Doom cannot ignore. And then there is Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom. That alone already makes fans nervous, excited, confused, and curious at the same time. Marvel knows people will walk into Doomsday carrying Tony Stark memories. So, if Doom stands opposite Reed Richards, Marvel can create a very strange emotional tension, especially if this Doom has any connection to Tony's face, legacy, or multiverse identity. Pedro Pascal's tease works because it points toward the thing fans actually want. Not just cameos, not just 20 heroes standing in a line. Fans want rivalries that feel sharp. They want Doom to be more than a final boss villain, and Reed is the perfect character to bring that out. The best version of Avengers Doomsday is not just Doom beating everyone with raw power. It is Doom proving that he is always 3 steps ahead. It is Reed realizing that intelligence alone may not be enough. It is the Avengers facing someone who does not just want to destroy the world, but redesign it. And if Franklin Richards is part of Doom's plan, then Reed's role becomes even more important. Because now the Fantastic Four are not just joining the MCU's next big crossover. They may be the reason this entire conflict begins. Doom may not be attacking randomly. He may be coming for something or someone that Reed loves. That is why Pedro's small tease has fans talking. It suggests Marvel may finally use Reed and Doom the way they should be used. Not as background pieces in a giant Avengers poster, but as the rivalry that gives the movie its real bite.